It's that time of the year. Happy holidays, everyone, from 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some mid-season NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for T.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Trae Young is out there with Bembry, and it's Capella in at the 5, home in the paint. And for Brooklyn, Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Young taking his time here. Pass to Capella. Irving against Young. And it's blocked by Jordan. LeVert in the corner for the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
You know, I think this is big for LeVert's confidence because the more he connects from distance, I think the more dangerous he'll become as a shooter and offensive player.
Now, here is Young. In the corner, it's Hunter. Passes to Capella. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Here's Prince. He drains the quick shot.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now, here is Young. His last outing, 16 points for him. Here's Bembry. Got a piece of it. Durant against Collins. Second chance shot. The shot by KD. No good.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
And although he's smaller, Young willing to battle inside and shows you he can score through contact.
You know, Greg, at Oklahoma, the long-range shooting of Trae Young drew eyes. But it seems it's his passing that's his most NBA-ready attribute.
How about Kevin? First player in history to lead D1 college basketball in points and assists. Top 10 in the league in dimes his rookie season. Young man has a chance to be special.
That's good from Young. Some guys check the league standings every day. Others try to avoid it. What was your approach when you played?
Hey, I didn't look at them much because we were a team that was struggling, Kevin. We were just trying to find our way to being competitive back in the early 80s with the Pacers. So I never got to the point where we were a team that was looking at the standings daily. And I avoided the papers pretty much throughout my career just because to me was a bit of a waste of energy and time. I had more things to focus on than where we were in the standings and what people might be saying and writing about us.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Now, here is Young. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Here's LeVert. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here is Young. And here is Hunter over Prince. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard numbers.
The first free throw is good.
And, you know, the Brooklyn Nets last season more than doubling their win total from 2 years prior. Great improvement. A surprise playoff team in the East for sure.
He doesn't get the second one. And the attendance numbers can lag behind for a breakout team, Clark. Last season, the Nets, for instance, ranked last in the NBA.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little bit, guys, before you catch up. The winning leading to fans. After the 2019 playoff run, I think they're going to see more people in the seats for sure.
Now, here is Young. The pass to Hunter. This one for three. Here's Capella. Kicks it out to Collins. Over to the left wing. 6 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here from past the arc. No good on that one. Durant with some nice D. Lobbed up there for Durant. The alley-oop layup. Very well done.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And KD throws it down.
I like seeing Durant slam that one down. I mean, he's just powering it home thanks to that incredible position.
Irving against Young. Pass to Collins. Back to Young. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
A nice shot by LeVert.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now, here is Young. Oh, and the jam by Capella.
The 6'10" Capella showing you some bounce on that alley-oop.
Now here's Irving. Pass to KD. From deep three-point range, Hunter grabs the miss.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Bembry. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's Collins with the drive. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Now here's Irving. He picked up 18 points in their last win against San Antonio.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. Down by 12.
Well, comparisons to Steph Curry, unfair for Trae Young, and they're quieting. His shooting percentages in year one leave plenty of room for growth.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And the first one drops.
And, of course, all the comparisons to Steph Curry. Young just trying to be the best version of himself. And we've already seen the upside.
Teague is checked in for Bembry. And so Young nails them both. Nets leading by 10. Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Well, every team needs rebounding. Let's check out the league's top rebounders. Second is Clint Capella. Fourth, DeAndre Jordan.
Guys, we're lucky to get to watch two of the league's most outstanding rebounders on the same court here today.
Young against Irving. Shots good from Young. Young's got it back down to single digits for the Hawks.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Brooklyn's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Young against Irving. Pass to Prince. He kicks it to KD. That one doesn't go. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the boards.
You know, I think that was the big difference in the game. One team was pounding the glass relentlessly, while the other team, not so much.
Here's Irving after the made shot from Jeff Teague. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And how about the numbers here for Capella? He's putting up about 14 points a night, 20 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And the intimidation factor that he possesses with his shot blocking and rim presence, really the backbone of their defense.
Yeah, you know, he's protecting the rim like it's his family. I mean, don't even think about going in there.
Hunter, no good. Brooklyn leading by 6. And Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Now, here is Young. 7 points in the game. The kick out to T. No good from outside.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
LeVert the pass to Jordan. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Trae Young.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Durant. Chandler comes in for Taurean Prince. Harris is checked in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. And so Jordan nails both of them. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Now here's Chandler. Jeff Teague unable to get his shot to go. And Chandler, here we go, comes up empty down low.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
Here's Huerter. And that one hits back iron. And there's the call on Kevin Huerter. That's his first foul. Nets leading by 10. Dinwiddie passes to Harris. Here's Claxton. Kicks it to Chandler. And there's the pass to Claxton. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots it. Misses off the right iron. The Hawks trail by 10 to the left side wing. Now Reddish. No points in the game yet for him. Jones shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. Marks understands all sides of the basketball business. Terrific awareness from the savvy point guard. Jeff Teague is excellent at getting the ball to the open man.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. 7-point differential. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
On the wing, Chandler. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And it's a 12-point Nets lead.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Jones finds Dedmon. He's looking for Teague and finds him. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Teague can't hit.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Chandler outside. Shot clock at 6. Allen passes to Claxton. Dedmon with the block. Here's Huerter. He's guarded by Chandler. And Huerter gets it to go.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Last outing for the Nets. They won that game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena. and they proved it that game.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now.
And let's go back to their place in terms of the assists. Cracking into the top 5 for me is an illustration of the cohesiveness with which they play offensively. No doubt this team's on the same page.
That free throw good from Reddish. And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor, shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up really 1 through 5.
Now here is Harris. An 11-point game for him in the win against San Antonio.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
29 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Dedmon. Atlanta again missing. Nets leading by 9. Harris outside. There's the dish to Dinwiddie. Chandler outside. Shot from 16, and that's good for 2. Chandler's got 5.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And so it's Brooklyn holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I always said it's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple plays.
Oh, what a finish!
My goodness.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
Pass to Harris. Takes a 3. The Hawks trail by 9. And Teague, here we go. And it's sent back by Allen.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Inside. And Reddish with the slam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Dedmon kicks to Jones. Here's Herter. It's hauled in by Harris.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Shoots it up, and Herter gets it to go. Herter's got 6 points. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball, bringing it up now for Brooklyn. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. Harris outside for three. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists in the game. The Hawks trail by 8. Here's Teague. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Chandler against Teague. Chandler scanning the floor. Here's Dinwiddie. And the Nets, another 3.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Hawks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Teague, the pass to Dedmon. He kicks it to Reddish. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie. The Hawks have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
That free throw good from Reddish. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
That's an excellent starting list. Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Allen. Durant trying to break free. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Count that bucket. Reddish has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Nets leading by 7. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Puts it up from 12, and that one's good. Irving's got his first points of the night.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Here's Young. Drops in the layup for 2.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Brooklyn's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Outside Irving. Capella against KD. No good that time. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Reddish kicks to Bembry. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Irving from long range. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Young dishes to Collins. Over Allen. Excellent D there from Allen.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Irving. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, you got to mind your business around Dinwiddie. I mean, he's got excellent instincts and a reach and wingspan that allows him to come up with steals.
Capella, the pass to Collins. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
Take a look at Young. He'll be a starter if things stay the way they are now. He's sitting at the 4th position in the Eastern Conference voting.
And I hope they do stay that way. He's been so good this season. It really would be a shame if he missed out on a spot in the starting 5 for the East.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Reddish. Irving with the ball. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. The wide open look for Durant. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc.
And that one falls for Collins. And players with big numbers on losing teams can be accused of empty stats. So, Greg, you take Collins's with a grain of salt?
You look at his field goal percentage, high 50s. He's not just a high usage player. He is highly efficient.
Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Karis LeVert comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And so Collins nails both of them.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Here's Durant. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. KD's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Young against Irving. Young dishes to Capella over Jordan. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Capella.
Capella wanting to work on his jump shot a little more, proving there he can get it done.
And KD's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Passes it to LeVert. Launches a 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Bembry, and he goes in for the dunk.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Nets leading by 3. Timeout called, the Nets. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. Taking a look at Brooklyn, right now they've compiled the 3rd best record in the conference. And of course Atlanta, they're in the 4th position.
And seeing where the Nets are, they have caught the entire league off guard. This was not a position anyone thought they'd be in at this stage of the season.
And the credit belongs to them for what they did and didn't do during the offseason. I mean, they had a vision, they set it out, and they've stayed true to it.
In the corner, Collins with it. And the pass to Bembry. There's the triple. Good on the 3-point shot. Bembry's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
It's LeVert on the wing. Here's Irving. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Bembry, and he hits it to tie the game up. Bembry's got 7 points.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Brooklyn's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And here's Irving. It's LeVert on the wing. The three-pointer no good.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Bembry kicks to Hunter. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And the Nets shooting 35% so far in the second. They need to move the ball around more and find better looks. But they recover it. LeVert the pass to Jordan. Tries again. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Bembry. Lays it up and banks it in. Bembry's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hawks.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Prince outside. Pass to Jordan. Nets passing it around. Here's LeVert, and he slams it one-handed.
And, you know, LeVert, when he's on a roll, he's like a boulder. It just keeps snowballing in a positive direction, and nothing can stop it.
Young against Irving, and Young kicks to Hunter. 17-foot shot on the way. No basket. Missed number 5 out of his 8 shots. Here's LeVert. Rebound, Atlanta. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Young against Irving. Pass to Hunter. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us. My senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship, unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
Atlanta making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Collins. Kevin Huerter comes in for DeAndre Bembry. And it's Teague in for Trae Young. He hits the second from the line. Here's Irving. Harris outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Take a break.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Passes it to Dedmon. Here's Huerter. Shoots over LeVert. Atlanta again missing. Brooklyn's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Here's Irving. Rebounded by the Hawks.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Huerter, no good. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Brooklyn. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. To the left wing. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Finished off the break. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Teague drives in. Here's Dedmon. Oh, that's blocked. But he recovers it. Goes back up. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, some point guards will feel that contact and just take the trip to the line. But Teague was determined to draw the foul and convert the shot.
Atlanta making a switch here. Jones is checked in. Free throw, no good for Teague. And last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just couldn't put together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as strong as ever, but you just couldn't rely on him to score.
Here's Jones, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists tonight. There's 31 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now here's LeVert. 12 points for him. Here's Irving. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Boy, LeVert showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
The Nets have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance over Jones. Again, the Nets for 2.
And once he started feeling it, Irving just decided to make it his night. And he's done that in a big way.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Brooklyn. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Ernie, they're taking way too many threes. The offense has no rhythm. They need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe try to get a little bit more transition, more off the pick and roll. Anything other than shooting that three. It's not going.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game that's been so far. On the court for Atlanta, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Trae Young is out there with Bembry, and it's Capella in at center. Durant kicks to Irving. The pass to Durant, stolen by Collins. Poked loose. Pass to Capella, and stolen by Jordan. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. It's deflected. Pass break, here we go. Capella, the pass to Collins. And here's Young. The tray. Good D by Irving.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And he jams it with authority.
Boy, LeVert gets really good elevation when finishing. So smooth around the rim.
The Hawks trail by 8. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Young. And it's Irving with the rebound.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And that one is good. KD's got 10 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. The Hawks trail by 11. Pass to Bembry. Collins up top. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Collins. And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
I got yours.
Durant feeling it out a bit. Now LeVert. He's got 17. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
To the inside. Here's Collins. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Collins has got 5.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Jordan, high post. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Young drives in. That one good for 2. Young's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Atlanta.
Maybe not the most explosive athlete, but Young's jumper stretches defense, which gives him more room to get by his man.
Jordan finds Irving. Passes it to Prince. Now here is Irving. Misses the 3.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
And that one's good. Hunter.
Awesome concentration there. When Hunter's committed to scoring, he's hard to stop.
KD passes to Jordan. The pass to LeVert. Durant in the corner. And again, it's the Nets missing. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Hunter. That shot off the mark. Good D by Irving. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Jared Allen's checked in for Jordan. Chandler comes in for Taurean Prince. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for LeVert. Nets leading by 6. Here's Irving. He's got 13 for 3. Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 8 now on the night. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Misses the reverse.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Good on the shot. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
You know, you see Young's eyes light up when the break is on. Solid at scoring in transition.
The Nets have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Irving against Young. Outside Irving. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got 11 rebounds in the game. Nice defense from KD.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Bembry. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Brooklyn?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
No good on the free throw. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Hunter. And the second free throw, good. Nets leading by 6. Irving with the ball. He's got 13. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. On the wing, Irving, defended by Young. Just 4 to shoot. Allen's shot is off.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Brooklyn's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them.
And season 4 for Coach Kenny Atkinson with the Nets. You got to be impressed with the job he's done in Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, Kenny is a hard worker. He's a bit of a grinder if you were trying to term what category he might fit into. And you see that in his team. And, you know, he admits it. He's getting better just like his players are. And that's a great, great statement because we're all hopefully getting better as we move forward.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Young.
You know, so far he's been dominant this period, making the most of his opportunities.
Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Dinwiddie up top. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Hawks have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Here's Young, up and in on the layup. And now just a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
The Nets have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Irving drives in. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
He gets it in there. And that's 21 points for Trae Young.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
The shot's good from Irving.
Hey, the unselfishness there by Dinwiddie, you love it. He's all about doing what's best for the team.
Pass to Bembry. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Bembry's got 12.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Nets leading by 3. Harris outside. Pass to Allen. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And checking out some stats for Young. This last month, he has been a real positive for this team. Averaging about 27 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
Teague with the ball, picked up by Harris. Here's Young. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Out left of the wing. Here's Claxton. Dedmon defending. Dinwiddie outside. 5 on the clock. Count it. Dinwiddie's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Dinwiddie can hit defenders with floaters and a lot more. He's got a full arsenal and showing you that offensive creativity there.
And it's blocked. Harris outside. Dinwiddie outside. Passes to Claxton. The 3. The shot, no good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Teague against Dinwiddie. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, you look at Jeff Teague, and his game does not have a lot of flash, but his handles, those are rush hour caliber. This guy has that ball on the string, folks.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Teague, Clark doesn't do anything flashy, but the stats do add up.
Yeah, he's very steady and quiet, understated. But you watch him out there, and he's a competitor now. Before last year, Teague had made the playoffs 9 straight years in a row, and that doesn't happen by accident.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Jordan's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And Teague is just the player you want drawing fouls and getting to the line. A solid free throw shooter.
Dinwiddie outside. Over Young. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Herter. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
And you know he's finishing when he gets that close. Count it.
The Nets with the lead. Dinwiddie up top, defended by Young. Irving for 3. Rebound Atlanta. Dedmon's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Herter, that's in, coming off the assist from Young. Herter's got 12 points in the game.
You know, such a selfless player. I love how Young stays consistent in how he involves his teammates.
Dinwiddie against Young. Dinwiddie dishes to Jordan. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 8.
Jordan very efficient in the paint because of his length. Close to the bucket, he's hard to deal with.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
Karis LeVert's checked in for Kyrie Irving. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Hunter's checked in. Young finds Teague. Dedmon, the bounce pass to the middle. Just 5 on the clock. Teague, the pass to Hunter. The Hawks again can't hit. And stolen by Hunter. Here's Teague. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Here's Harris. Hunter grabs the miss.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Dedmon inside. He's against Allen. Dedmon's shot is off.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Lobs it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. To the paint. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Hunter no good. Harris outside. Allen outside. LeVert from outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Nets lead by 1. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Dinwiddie runs the point with LeVert flanking him. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And Teague's got the ball here for the Hawks. They lead by 1. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Boy, it's so difficult to corral Dinwiddie. Even when you get physical with him, he finds a way to power through.
Hawks shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Young drives in, and he makes good on the layup. Young's got 23.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far. in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Levert against Young. Dinwiddie left side. It's stolen by Jones. The numbers in their favor. Shots good from Young. 25 points in the game. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That'll be his second foul of the game. KD's checked in for Harris. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Bembry's checked in. Outside, KD. Drops in the tray. KD's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
And that's his second triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
Teague against Dinwiddie. And Jordan sends it back. And oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance. The offensive rebound. And Jones sends it back. Kicks it to Teague. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Now the pass to Dedmon. Here's Hunter. 6 to shoot. Down low. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Hawks lead by 2.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Teague against Dinwiddie. Pass to KD. Lets the three fly. And that one is off. And Atlanta will come the other way. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Collins comes in for Damian Jones. Atlanta with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Outside Teague. He kicks to Capella. Clock at 6. Pass to Hunter. Collins against KD. And a miss there on the triple. The Nets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Back to Prince. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Passes it to Levert. To take the lead. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Thursday, they'll host the New York Knicks. And then on Saturday, they'll start out on the road and play the Rockets in Houston.
And they are looking at a ton of road games in the next stretch. But this team shouldn't fear the idea of it. They've been more than capable of getting wins on the road, and I wouldn't expect anything less on this trip. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Dinwiddie passes to KD. Lobs it up for Jordan. A flawless finish on the alley-oop. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 17 rebounds.
And Durant just great at picking apart the defense. When they leave one of his guys open, he is quick to get the ball to them.
And it's Capella missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Hawks passing it around. Jacks up a three. Bembry shot good. And the Hawks lead by 3.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
The Nets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And here's LeVert. There's the pass to Dinwiddie. A floater. Rebound, Atlanta. Capella's Atlanta leading by 3. In the corner, it's Hunter. That one misses. Prince with the defensive effort. Shoots. Rebound, Atlanta.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Collins, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 5-point Atlanta lead.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Pass to Prince, and here is Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Hey, you know, Kevin, there's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
Pass to Capella. Back to Teague. Here's Bembry, defended by Durant. Bembry kicks to Hunter. Shoots the 3. Prince with the defensive effort. Nets trail by 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. So Prince will go to the free throw line. That one on Collins. Irving's checked in for the Nets. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. Passes it to Capella. Back to Teague. In the corner, it's Hunter. Over Prince. That one off the back iron and out.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
And the Nets miss again.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Durant, the pass to Irving. It's deflected. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Trae Young, he's checked in for Atlanta. Irving looking over the floor. Jordan, the pass to KD. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Hawks leading. The pass to Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Young's got 18 points just in the second half.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. Pass to LeVert. And that one drops. LeVert's got 21.
You know, you can see the confidence level LeVert has by how often he hunts for his shot, especially from there.
Young against Irving. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Young's got 8 points in the quarter.
Man, he is just really in a flow right now. That field goal percentage has gone through the roof.
Nets trail by 4. Outside Irving. Pass to LeVert from the arc. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Atlanta's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And that one's good. Hunter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
Young against Irving. Basket counts. He's got 22.
It sure was textbook, and Irving is fantastic in the screen roll. A solid decision maker in these sets, and he also can put it in the basket himself if he needs to.
Young against Irving. Stolen by LeVert. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got 3 assists in the game. And it's the Hawks ball. A 2-point game. Young drives in. In the corner, it's Hunter. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, we saw this from Hunter in the tournament. When Virginia won the championship, he was a clutch performer.
Outside, KD. Jordan pulls in another board.
Rebound after rebound after rebound.
Oh, GA, he is crashing the glass with energy. I love it. Young against Irving. Hunter, the pass to Collins. Young inside. Covered by Irving. Collins wide open. He fires. That one's good from the corner. Collins has got 6 here in this quarter.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
And then Durant with the dunk.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
And we saw this in the national title game. Hunter embracing the moment and delivering in the clutch.
Nets trail by 6.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
Irving from long range. Offensive rebound, Nets. LeVert. Here's Jordan. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Hunter kicks to Capella. He dishes it to Collins. In the corner, it's Hunter. 5 to shoot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kevin Durant.
And there, just through activity, Hunter keeps the pressure on the defense.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 7. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Trae Young.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth. Prince, the pass to LeVert. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Got it! And now they trail by just 4.
And that stroke of Durant effortless. I mean, easily pulling up from the perimeter. Textbook form. Beautiful to watch.
It falls! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Irving's got him falling right now, that's for sure.
And an intentional foul right there. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Big time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're down by 3. 24 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. We'll see what they can do, Kevin.
Here's KD. Count it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Somebody lit a fire under Kevin Durant.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. To tie it up. It's in! A huge shot to tie it up.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. On its way from Young for 2. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Now, here is Irving. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Bembry out there with Young. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Young against Irving, and Young, here we go. That one, no good. Good D by Jordan. To the paint. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for Brooklyn. It's LeVert on the wing. Fires the 3. He shoots again. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Hunter, the pass to Collins. The rebound by the Nets. Durant's got 5 rebounds tonight. Prince wide open. Bullseye. And the Nets lead by 4.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
Young dishes to Capella. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Young, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
And he makes the first. And so Young nails them both. The Nets have gone 2 of 5 on shot attempts since the end of regulation. Inside, Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. KD's got 29.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Collins kicks to Bembry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hunter. Here's another rebound. He holds in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
So good to see the role players stepping up in big moments. That's a big basket for Clint Capella.
Just under 2.5 minutes passed here in this overtime. Irving against Young. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. The Hawks have gotten only one of their first 5 shots to drop here in overtime. Hunter, the pass to Collins. Got a piece of it. Stolen by LeVert. Shot on the wing. That shot, no good.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Here's Young. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Young's got 4 this quarter.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Collins against Durant. Stolen by Collins. Here's Young. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. In transition, here come the Nets. Durant's got the ball.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. Well, what an impressive performance.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
You can't do anything about that. Even when Young is under pressure, he just finds a way to score.
Looking at the clock, just over 3.5 minutes into OT. KD against Collins. Lobs it up for Jordan. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
It's Durant with the drive.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
To the right side. Outside Collins. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
On the wing, Irving. Up again. Unable to get that one. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. To the inside. Here's Hunter. Got a hand on it. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
You know, Karis LeVert had a few surgeries before entering the NBA, but took kind of a unique step in writing an open letter to NBA GMs telling them physically he'd be ready for the league. And you know what? He was right.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're behind by 3. 19 seconds left in overtime. Pass to Hunter. Outside Collins. Lets it go from deep. Can't knock in the 3. It counts.
Well, Capella's tenacity is so impressive. I mean, he's got an unlimited abundance of energy when it comes to offensive rebound.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game. Atlanta calls timeout. They trail by 3. 11 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Guys, what do you think?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Here's Bembry. Levert defending. Young for 3. He's off from 3. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in, and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.